So tell us about yourself, sir.
Yes, I am Carl Jamie Simpoles Berdeos. I'm a graduate of the University of the Philippines, Manila. I am a health sciences graduate and I've been a scholar for 4 years. I've been into research since 2007 when I involved in the research office of Christ the King College in Calbayog, Samar.
So the first question is, what benefits can you get from research?
Yes, there are actually so many things that we can get uh, from the research. Of course, it's actually research is all about studying documents, sources, and hopefully we are hoping that we can get some new knowledge and new conclusions from this.
So for you, what is research?
Yes, again, going back to research, it's actually a systematic investigation of uh, sources, studying of documents, and again, hoping that we can get new conclusions into this from the researches that we're conducting.
So is it true that research is not easy and requires much work?
It's well, it depends. It's for me, it's easier. It's easy as long as you have the determination and commitment to do it. And once you enjoy doing research, it's actually at the end of the day. You'll get some satisfaction from it. It's not. I'm referring to not the financial return, but of course the new knowledge that you will get from it.
Sir, what are your challenges in making your research paper?
In of course, first is to avoid plagiarism, and second, it's actually how you interpret documents, especially like in the history, in the part of the history. There are certain areas that you need, as a researcher, you need to be clear, or you need to interpret based on what you have understand from these documents.
Sir, how to avoid plagiarism?
To avoid plagiarism, it's actually you have to first to really quote the primary source, and of course the author, and then the year where you got this information.
Is it better to directly quote a source or to a paragraphs?
Paraphrase.
Or
Well, it's actually it depends on how you write your research paper. Of course, it's there are some that you can directly quote the author of the research paper or the study, or you can actually uh, paraphrase what of course what the author says.
what is the best balance between your ideas and information from outside sources?
Again, it's actually going back to the definition of research. It's actually it's how you, as researcher, it's how you interpret documents. So if you were given sources from outside, it's actually it's how you understand these documents and interpret it, and then conclude new knowledge from it.
What do you hope to discover about your research paper before?
Well, it's actually it's just to establish that new information, and what I'm trying to theorize about a certain thing.
This one. How long did you conducted your research paper?
There are actually studies that I conducted. It's actually for a year, but there are also times that you can gather. Sorry, you can gather data as short as possible, as long as you have the necessary sources.
So, is there anything you should or you shouldn't do during conducting your research paper?
Yes, first is you have to be mindful that please do not plagiarize. You have to directly quote the sources or the authors. This is actually to give respect to their intellectual property, something like that, and then to avoid, of course, your personal biases when it comes to research.
How about, sir, what are the struggles have you encountered during the process of making your research paper?
For, let's say, on the part of gathering data on local history, let's say if we study Christ the King College, if we study about Calbayog, there are one of the difficulties that I encountered is actually getting historical documents, and then especially if these documents are in Spanish. So if you do not know Spanish, so you really need a person who knows to translate these documents from Spanish to English.
In line with that, sir, can you give us an idea about your research paper?
Right now, what I'm trying to do is actually a research about Father Cancius Kobak. He's a historian. He's now a known historian for Samar. So I'm trying to do a research for on the life of Father Kobak, because there are so many things that we have to learn about him.
So thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.